Important point to remember that darkness is not evil. It's actually just a lack of light. And so darkness is not to be feared. And this is both in both traditions, Freemasonry and Taoism.
Hello and welcome to Spiritual Freemasonry, our 22 series lecture with Chris Earnshaw, where we lecture by lecture exploring one or the other spiritual and practical element about Freemasonry, but generally this is basic spirituality techniques. So this is open for everyone and everyone who is interested into spirituality. If it's a lifelong practitioner or new, I think that is my personal opinion, can vastly profit from these lectures because they are either a remembrance of things that we have practiced or learned long time ago, or it's entirely new, but they're so hands-on, so clear, and so to the point that I think they're definitely unique in the world of internet. And with this, just to remind you, we are going together to 22 episodes, so let's build a community. Write little comments if you tried this or that, and how was your thoughts and experiences on it. And I'll try to be silent now. And Chris, the 6th lecture, this time for real.
Thank you. The 5 talks we've given so far are part of laying the foundation when you're approaching the craft. And now we're standing at what we say the threshold of initiation, ready to go into the inner mysteries. So this talk is lesson 6. About the first degree, called Light from Darkness. And the idea is to understand the symbolic depth of Masonic initiation and what it means to be initiated by light. What is this light? And this is explored in my books because it's actually quite a difficult concept. Many people believe that light is wisdom. But it's not that at all. It's only later in the course, when you get to the end of the course and you start to have your own spiritual experiences, that you understand that light is the core of the universe. It's the center of the universe. Edgar Cayce described the difference between spirit and soul. A spirit is like the ocean, and a spirit is one drop of water in that ocean. So you are just one drop in an ocean of spirit. And that ocean of spirit is the light. And it has the same, how shall I put it, same designation as for the Supreme Being, which is being omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipowerful. And this is what this light is. It knows everything. It has records of history. It's like the Akashic records. And that's where the soul and spirit came from. And that's where we will return to one day. And in Taoism, that is, they call it Cheng Dao, which means that this is the stated objective of Taoists, is to return to this sea of light. Anyway, yes, okay. So in the first degree of Freemasonry, the candidate comes into the lodge and he's not able to see anything. He has a blindfold. And this is a powerful symbol of the situation that he finds himself in, namely that he cannot see using his physical eyes, so he has to trust the people he's with. He has to listen and move with his conductors as commands. And only when he is prepared, when he's readily prepared, is the hoodwink removed, and then light is received. This is also mirrors exactly the Taoist movement from darkness into awareness. Important point to remember that darkness is not evil. It's actually just a lack of light. And so darkness is not to be feared. And This is in both traditions, Freemasonry and Taoism. Many people are scared of the dark. You go into a dark house or something like that, they need to walk around with a torch. Frankly, I'd rather my eyes adjusted to the darkness and I could walk a little bit more confidence, but each to his own. Lao Tzu talks about darkness within darkness, which is the gateway to all understanding. This is a very deep phrase. When we talk about darkness, it's again to do with understanding and how much we understand, how much we trust, how far we want to go. The first degree also reminds us that we should pass through not knowing to a situation where we really know. So the first degree is a change in your understanding. In the Masonic ritual, the first degree is awakening to the light, and this is the symbolic birth of the candidate. But when the light is brought to him, it awakens the soul and starts the soul on this three-part journey, which we'll talk about in later. In Taoism, it's the same situation. We start to begin, instead of living a life full of questions and searching for answers, some of the exercises we can do to recreate this situation would to be, again, to meditate in a safe and quiet room, and perhaps put a blindfold on or pull a hat down over your eyes or whatever makes you comfortable. And when you breathe in, you say, "Though I do not see, I trust." And then when you exhale, "I listen to the light within." So what you're doing is you're allowing your other senses to become more active, because your eyes are not overloading your brain with information, and just rest in the unknown. And when you completed that, try writing in your journal some questions, what you feel if you were to see clearly. How do you think it would be different from normal vision? Have I experienced a shift in my life from darkness to light in any area? And am I still carrying any darkness in myself, my aura, my mind, my body, my spirit? And am I willing to bring it to the light? Then finally, you could do small ritual using candle, which is, yes, candles are very interesting sideline, but if you put a picture of somebody the other side of a candle and look at that picture of the person through the light of a candle, that picture will change. It'll change into, and I'm not sure, but it may be the past lives of the person whose picture it is. But it changes, it's quite hypnotic, because it changes sometimes from man to woman and then back to man. It just keeps changing. It's a powerful experience. I'm not sure what the meaning is, but it's a powerful experience. Yes. Anyway, so with the light, you can do a meditation um, uh, with the phrase. You can make your own phrase up, and I'm giving you a phrase that may be helpful for you. I have journeyed through darkness with trust. I now receive the light, not from without, but from within. And then sit with the candle for a while, as long as you feel comfortable. See what rises. If any ideas, any darkness that we just mentioned that may be still lingering from past experiences, write it in your journal, and we will look back at the journal as we continue through the course. Again, from the Tao Te Ching, the light is not something we earn, it is something we remember. Very deep. And this brings this lesson to conclusion.
and I will resist any kind of questions for once in a lifetime.
Why?
And just take it as is, Chris, to shock our audience that Philip does not have some funny questions at the end.
Oh.
Let's try it one time. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
Okay,
you.
that's okay.
Thank you so very much. For
I
this
I learn from questions. That's why I encourage questions, because I also learn.
Yeah, but you're an open mind, but there are people watching on YouTube who are just smashing the screen when I start talking. So that's in the name of popularity. Keep it short on my end this time. Thank you, everyone. And we are looking forward for your comment and statements. Thank you so much, and see you on the 7th episode. Thank you.
Goodbye.